Carlos Sosa was the Virginia resident who was present by this field that allegedly saw the UFO come down and crash.
Carlos Sosa was a professor in Sao Paulo, which is about 5 hours to the south. And he was also an ultralight pilot. And he
was flying the bricks. He was flying gotcha.
Yeah, that's his cover story. No. But he was going he was going to go meet with some of his friends and go fly ultralight airplanes in a place called the state of Minas Gerais, which is also part of Virginia and as the military base. Anyway, he's driving. It's super early in the morning. He's going to meet with these guys to go ultralight flying. And
I'll put him in the corner of the screen so people can see him.
Yeah, I think it's like 5 a.m. And he sees this cigar-shaped metallic object in the sky, not very high up in the sky above him, flying erratically, slowly. It had a huge gash in the side of it. He said it had like a white vapor, not like smoke that you'd expect from a fire, but like a white vapor coming out the backside.
How high approximately did he say it was?
I got the feeling that it was like 1,000 feet above him, maybe.
Okay,
not high. He was like, this thing's coming down. Like he was, and he never once thought alien, extraterrestrial. Not once. He was like, oh my God, what is this thing? It's like a cigar shaped. Didn't you see wings? He was like, he didn't know what it was, but it was in trouble, and he was watching it, and it was struggling to keep its altitude, and it was coming down. And then he sees it go down behind a hill. So he lost sight of it, but it was going down. Like he was like, this thing was crashing, no question. So he gets off the freeway, and he drives up a dirt road on a farm called the Myelini Farm. And it's January 13th, roughly 5 a.m. It's dawn.
1996.
Barely, 1996. He's driving up this dirt road into the direction where he saw this thing go down, and he comes upon a football field size area of metallic debris, like almost like tinfoil, and then a very large portion of the craft still intact. And again, it was like we have illustrations. I don't know if you have them. We have illustrations in the film. And what I do when I do illustrations or animations for any film project, I cut myself out of the loop. I hire an illustrator or an artist, and I put that artist directly in touch with the witness. Why would you have the witness describe to me what they saw and then me translate that to the artist? I just put the two of them directly in touch, and then they go at it. So he sees this field of debris and this this large section of the craft still intact. And he described the whole thing when it was in the air about the size of a school bus, like, you know, those big school buses. He gets out of the car, and immediately he's overwhelmed with this stench of ammonia and sulfur. He said it was so intense. He grabbed his T-shirt, he pulled it up over his face, and he held it like this, and he was like, what am I, this smell, kind of the last thing he's expecting, and he sees this like tinfoil type material, and he goes down and he grabs a piece of it, and he said it was like about this big, and he crumpled it up with his hands, and he said he didn't feel anything, like it wasn't even in his hands. It just was so light. And then he said when he let it go, it regained its shape, and he's like, what? He's just to himself, he's like, what the hell? And at which point, the opposite direction on the dirt road from where he drove in came these military trucks and jeeps. And I think one of them maybe even an ambulance. And they came in from the opposite direction.
How soon?
Within minutes. And
but he didn't say like it was 45 seconds or something. It was just like within minutes. Within minutes.
Because
I didn't know if like maybe tinfoil hat on here, they were tracking it, and they're like, "Oh, there it is," and they're already there. You know what I mean?
Undoubtedly, that's what happened. But in any case, and ultimately, he was at gunpoint, told to leave. He didn't see anything. He wasn't supposed to be there. What all these things. So he was like, he thought maybe it was a secret test program, and he witnessed something he shouldn't have witnessed. He was like, he left. And he was scared, like, and he gets a couple miles down the road, and he stops off at a gas station. I've seen the very gas station. He gets a coffee, and he's trying to calm his nerves and just process everything that just happened. And he has a coffee, and he comes out, and he sees an unmarked government-looking car, black or dark blue, like an Opel, he described it, with no license plates, pull in, and two men in suits get out. And they came up to him, and they knew his name, they knew his wife's name, they knew where he lived, they knew about his kid, his daughter, and you didn't see anything.
And
if
they
you talk
were
about
all
what
Brazil. They were all Brazilian.
My impression was that they were Brazilian, yes.
Okay.
But I didn't ask him, but that's a good question. But yes, that they definitely spoke
I'm going to call
Portuguese.
you like a cheeseburger.
I know. So they spooked him. They're like, things are going to get very weird if you talk about what you saw.
Thank you for watching the video, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, please smash that subscribe button and check out this clip's full podcast episode by clicking here or in the description below.